actually selfishness all around us. And I want to have a few questions to ask us this. Question number one is this: are you satisfied with the church of Jesus Christ, the official representative of God on earth? Are you satisfied with the church of Jesus Christ, the official representative of Christ on earth? You see, churches remain weak when the selfishness indicator is high. Look at every growing church, every thriving church is when on the indicator of 1 to 10, when the selfishness indicator drops below 5 and below, you find that the church is growing. But when the selfishness indicator is 5 and above in any church, the church is weak. When it is above 5 in the selfish indicator, members do not want to serve because they are too busy. They are too, selfish to give. They do not want to offer their talents in the work of the Lord. So whenever there is a selfish indicator that is high, the church is weak. I have this to say to you. Some churches are exhausted and worn out because they are understaffed when members don't want to sacrifice time to serve. Churches are unproductive because the members are too busy making money and no time to help another soul find help. Churches become clubs because they demand to have good services, good sermons, and the good life, and yet neglect and abandon testifying the good news to other people. Some churches are struggling with no pastors and with dilapidated facilities because members do not want to fund it with their tithes and giving. But they have their latest phones, tablets, and vehicles, and holidays, and branded goods, and pricey watches, and jewelry, and cosmetics. Are you satisfied with the state of the church? We can determine for the state of the churches of other churches, but we determine the state of our church. Is it a thriving church? Or is it low in spiritual life? We understand that where are we on the selfish thermometer? Because when the thermometer of selfishness drops, you find that service and giving and prayer increase. But when the selfish thermometer goes up, service and the health of the church is in reverse. It always is so. Let me ask you another question. What does the world think about the church? What does the world think about our church? What does your friend think about Praise City Church? To get it closer to home. You see, oftentimes the world mocks at the church as being ineffective and behind the times, with an ancient message and employing tools that the world has discarded as outdated. Some churches are devoid of power and life because the members are too busy and lazy to pray. But they burn both ends of the candle, travel to clinch the latest big juicy deal, mega projects, but they have no time to talk to God of the universe about His project of building the kingdom of God, about the project of serving the poor, about the project of God of upholding justice and saving priceless souls of millions. The world mocks at us because selfishness rules when we have time for the TV and the internet and the Facebook and the music and games, but spare no effort to call on an absent brother. We have no time to bend our knees to share the load of another stressful soul. The devil is delighted because we are simply too engrossed with our own needs. And he's a master of creating dissatisfaction and distraction. He causes us dissatisfaction so they will pursue more in order to get ourselves happy and satisfied. And you create more and more of those events and distractors. Because the devil has learned. I'm not going to tell them that soul winning is bad. I'm not going to tell them that prayer is useless. I'm not going to fight them. But I'm just going to distract them long enough, tire them until they have no more energy left to pray, to minister, to help other people. And I would say the devil's strategy has been working. I want to challenge you to give more to God. The best way to beat stinginess is not to reason why you need to give more. The best way to beat stinginess is to actually give. Don't ask your mind, should I give this amount or should I add that amount? Because you know why? When you try to argue with your mind, the devil is speaking. And I will tell you, the devil has been arguing all his life, ever since he's been expelled from heaven. And he's a nasty lawyer from down under, and he has won many cases. So if you ask him and try to argue with him, he will win every argument. The only thing is this, you're going to want to have a master over your finances. He says, I'm going to give unto the Lord. And just give more than what you have given before. I'm not going to ask you to give 100 times more. And it says if you've been given a certain amount, just give more. You break the cycle every time you give a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. The third thing I'm going to challenge you is this. I want you to pray. A church that is selfish indicator down is one who thinks about other people. I'm not saying don't pray for yourself. I'm saying that you just pray for others as well. Take for example, let me give you an example. If you are going out, how do you learn how to pray for others? Okay? We sometimes try, love your neighbor as yourself. So you are praying, oh God, my son is taking an examination today. Lord, I pray for him that he will do well, he will score 9 A's. You pray the best for your son. Your neighbor's daughter is also taking the same. One day it says the same prayer you pray for the daughter, 9 A's for the girl that is there. But you say, Pastor, what if the girl get 9 A and my son don't get? Don't be like Saul, okay? Don't be like Saul. Thank God, if God has answered me, it also means whatever you pray for yourself, you pray for others. If you pray for going up, then it says when you go out and you maneuver on the roads for safety, you pray for the neighbors around you that God also bless them that they wouldn't have any accidents. You pray for safety that with no hand snatch thief, that will get your bag. You pray for your neighbor, you pray for the people, or you pray for office people. It says God also protect them. All I want you to do is that you can actually be other-centered, that whatever you pray for yourself, you pray for your neighbor. And that's not hard to do. Because you know why? I know every day you pray for yourself. Because oftentimes, I don't know what their needs are. I don't know what their struggles are. Very likely what you are struggling with, they struggle as well. So just instead of praying for yourself, pray for someone else in order to be other-centered.